Okay, right. Thank you very much for taking part in this research experiment. Basically what this is all about is that we are constantly creating new modules to suit the environment and also to suit industry. And we know that within industry and within the movie industry, that there is a tremendous amount of collaboration when it comes to composition and compositional techniques. You are working with engineers, you are working with different directors, producers, and film editors, sound editors, etc. But you are also working with other composers. And that is something that we're going to address. So what we're looking at is devising a new module, which is a collaborative composition module. So it's a collaborative composition module. And the objective is to get you to work with different people in different ways. Also, to break some of your bad habits from a composition perspective. Because when you compose, nowadays, you tend to go to your DAW of choice. Usually for you guys, it's Logic Pro X. And you'll go to the sounds that you are used to and that you like. You might go to Drummer and start with a pattern that's already preset for you. So some of the ideas within this compositional module would be to break some of those habits by putting you in a position where you're out of your comfort zone. Either working with DAWs you've never seen before, or sound sets that you don't feel comfortable with, or to embrace certain procedures that you've never used before. So today's exercise is for us to do some compositional collaboration and for you to kind of assess the validity of today's exercise. So I'll ask you to fill in a questionnaire at the end of it. In fact, I need an attendance sign up as well. So on the attendance sign up, would you mind putting your name and your email? Right, okay. And so, because I'll be sending you an email link to a survey. Survey is very simple. Most of it is a tick box. There are comment boxes as well, and it is entirely anonymous. But what this does is it gives you an opportunity to participate in actually feeding in to building a module. So it's your opinion as well that counts in whether we run this kind of module or not. Okay? So the exercise, very simple. You will spend 7 to 10 minutes on your workstation. Start a composition. It might be 16 bars, it might be 32 bars maximum, I would have thought, with the amount of time that we've got. You can start with drums, you can start with piano, you can start with any instrument or sound design, any tempo that you want to start with. When you have finished that particular exercise, I will call a time. And it's okay. I will call the time, and you will all then switch workstations and work on somebody else's beginnings of their composition. You can change anything that they've done, you can adapt it, you can do whatever you want with it. The idea is that you are collaborating, but you are not being influenced by the other person in terms of their desire to get their particular composition going. There's not the dynamic of two people talking to each other and one kind of, I suppose, negotiating for a stronger position. This is such that whatever you want to do with a particular piece, you can do. Some of these might end up as terrible compositions, some of them might end up as masterpieces, we don't know. So if you, does everyone understand what we're doing? Yeah?
Yep. there any specific kind of genre or?
No genre at all, nothing at all, no influence, entirely what you comes out of you, because you've only got 7 minutes really, and then you need to change and you've lost your composition. Okay, so please start and enjoy yourselves. Okay, would you now please all stand up, no matter what you're doing, just leave what you're doing. Thank you. Stand up and move one to the right, please. That one, yeah.
Upset, I believe mine.
I know. Have fun.
Point to the right. Oh, no, you go to that one.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
That's it. But we'll see.
And carry on. Working on somebody else's start.
Oh, this is weird.
Anything you want to do, you want to change it, you want to change the tempo, key, anything that you want to do, carry on. Okay, would everyone stand up please? And move along to the next workstation.
I changed your
Everyone stand up, one more shift.
How many shoes we doing?
See how it goes.
I wasn't doing that one. Why are you shifting your coat around?
Okay. Would you benefit from one more go, or it's all right as it is?
I feel like they're all pretty full.
They are pretty full.
Yeah, the ones I've done, they look pretty.
Yeah.
There's a lot of instruments on
I
there.
want to hear what happened to my song.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
That's
the more
what.
exciting part.
All right. So everyone, go back to your original workstation.
Oh, it's really cool. I was the last one, so I feel like.
Not you.
What? Oh, it's so cute. Cute. Actually followed it.
What? How did yours go? Because when I got to it, there was like a cut off beat,
There
that was cut
was
off
a
bar,
little bit.
and that made it really hard to write for. So I wondered if it was like, yeah, was that changed or was that still like?
What do you think?
It's changed a lot actually.
I changed it from the start, sorry.
Free jazz is what it is.
So different.
Very
I
moving.
like it. Dramatic as fuck. This was just piano and then the orchestra happened.
It's like Christmas mode, we actually characters fall apart.
Like Halo. Kind of. Dramatic. So different.
Oh, like how someone heard the first bit and just went,
I know,
we're getting ready
it's
to
like
do a
fuck
pop
it.
song. Yeah. Do this.
He actually suits it though, and then he goes back.
So, did that encapsulate the essence of the first attempt on it, or did people come, or did it just completely change?
It changed, but it kind of made it different, which was different from what I would do, which is nice. This is the whole point.
Absolutely.
Like they're going back to the they're like, okay, let's go back. I liked it. It was fun.
Jack, can we hear yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. there's a little bit of dissonance in there that I don't know where that came from.
It was good though.
But, yeah.
It's artistic dissonance.
Yeah,
There's no such
dissonance,
dissonance.
yeah.
Intentional.
Yeah. Is it more or less how you envisaged, or?
No.
That's a no.
I don't know where I planned it to go.
Okay,
so-
interesting, all right.
That's a no.
Can we hear another one? Right, it's great. I mean, most of it is fantastic. I mean, of course, needs cleaning up and
Yeah.
mixing and adding to and whatever. But the question is, would you have individually achieved as much in the limited amount of time?
No.
So that's one interesting thing that's come out of this, for me actually, is that you actually, through the collaboration, work so much faster. You have no control over what's going on. Now, had you got together, 2 or 3 of you, and started collaborating and working on things together, it would have taken 3 times as much time. Because you would have been arguing amongst yourselves and
Yeah.
saying, no, don't do that, no, do this, do that, no, I don't like that, etc.
The outcome is a lot better than expected. I thought
Yeah, me too.
everyone would like ignore what the first person did and just do their thing, but they actually respected the
Yeah.
beginning and then they changed it.
Absolutely, there's everyone responded to what was going on there and added to it and added to other influences and other fields, etc., etc. There's some really interesting things going on there. I mean, I know I contributed on a couple of them, but so what? I mean, it was kind of interesting to see what you guys were doing and how I would react to it if I was just reacting rather than being critical of it. And that's kind of what you've done. You've been very open about it rather than going, oh, this is terrible, I'm not going to. You just, okay, that's what it is now. What do I do with it? And that's a really interesting approach. And any other comments? Anything else that you got out of it? Did you see any other techniques or approaches that you would possibly have not taken on something that came up? Did any of that come up for you? Yeah?
Well, yeah. Mostly me, because I see the tech students are taking different approaches, different instruments, and something I would always ignore. I was always going to more orchestral instruments, where here I'm more exposed to more
Electronic instruments, sure. Which are faster to work with, obviously, in this circumstance, but this is very orchestral.
But then with this, like, I don't commonly compose this sort of music, but I thought I wanted to try something because I wanted to see what other people would come up with. And now I think I've got some ideas of how I would go about something.
That's interesting.
After looking at what people have added to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
was similar. I just wrote a chord progression. I was just like, I don't normally write songs a lot. So I just wrote a chord progression. I was like, see what happens. So that's why I was like, I don't know if this is how it turned out how I expected, because I didn't know what to expect. So.
Well, I have to say the quality of all of it has been exceptionally high, considering that we've been, we've had an hour to, not even, to compose, and there are, not finished pieces, but there's quite a lot there. There's quite a considerable output of work. Thank you very much for getting involved with this. It's been a really interesting experience. If anybody wants to save it, they can. That's up to you. You will have all now received an email. If you'd like, it would be helpful if you did it now so you get it out of the way. But if you look at your emails now, there is a survey link, a link to a survey. Just go onto the survey and fill it in, as they say. You don't have to. You don't have to fill in every section if you don't want to, but it'd be great to get your feedback on it.